Hello.
Chào cô.
Hi. How are you today?
I'm not different every day.
I'm not different every day. You mean you're good?
Yes.
Okay. Let me share my screen. Do you see my share screen now?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Do you know what holiday is around the corner?
No, I don't.
What holiday? Yeah, everybody knows what holiday.
Okay.
Holiday is coming.
That
Yes, that holiday is around the corner. Do you prepare anything for Tet holiday?
is not.
Okay. Okay, now today we're gonna continue our unit 4, which is the second part of unit 4, the grammar. Today we're gonna learn about there is, there are, some and any, and has and how much and how many. Maybe a much, many, a lot of a few, and a little. We're gonna save it to the next lesson. Because grammar, we're gonna have to, we have 2 lessons for grammar. Okay, now first one, to begin with, let's read the text. Can you read the text out loud for me?
Okay. Madison is a student in London. In this photo, you can see the food she buys every day week. She tries to choose healthy food. There's some meat and some fish. There are some vegetables too, for snacks. There are some crisps, but there aren't any biscuits or sweets, and there isn't any chocolate. There aren't any ready meals because there isn't a microwave in her flat. Now compare this with the food you eat at home every week. Is there a big difference? Are there any things you family and Madison both buy?
Okay, now some mistakes here. We have vegetables. Vegetables.
Vegetable.
We have chocolate. Chocolate. We have 2 syllables. We don't say chocolate, we say chocolate. 2 syllables.
Chocolate.
Chocolate. We have biscuits.
Biscuit.
Biscuits.
Biscuit.
We have microwave.
Microwave.
Microwave. And we have crisps.
Crisps.
Good. Better. Much better. Okay, now Madison is a student in London and she tries to choose the healthy food. So here we can see the meat and the fish, some vegetables, and there. But she doesn't choose any biscuits or snacks or crisps or sweets, and there aren't also any ready meals because there isn't a microwave in the flat. Okay, now you can see all the food here of Madison. And now you're going to compare with the food that you eat every day, every week at home. And tell me, is there any difference between you and Madison?
Okay.
Yeah. Do you eat meat? Do you eat fish? Do you eat vegetables? Do you eat biscuits and sweets? Compare, like, is there any difference between you and Madison?
Okay. I eat rice, uh, um, spaghetti.
Spaghetti?
Yes, I eat every morning.
You eat spaghetti and rice every morning?
Yes.
Like the general food that you eat every week. For example, meat, fish, vegetables, or other different kind of food.
It's prawns.
You eat what?
Prawns.
Prawns. Okay, prawns. Remember, prawn.
Prawns. Milk
Prawns and milk.
and
Yes. Now, Madison chose the healthy food to eat. So I think you also choose the healthy food to eat. So there is no difference between you and Madison because you said that you choose prawns, which is very healthy. It has a lot of protein. And you choose milk as well. It also healthy. And rice rice and anything else?
I think it's meat.
Meat as well. So these are all the healthy food. So there's no difference between you and Madison because both of you choose the healthy food to eat. Yes. Okay, move to the next question. Are there any things that your family and Madison both buy?
Okay. I think it's um, I think this is meat.
Meat.
Yes.
Vegetables?
Yes. Vegetable
Vegetables
and fruit.
and fruit. Okay, good. So meat, vegetable, and fruits are the things that your family and Madison both buy. Very good. Okay, finish with the first one. We're gonna move to another part, which is there is and there are. So you can see here, we have two kinds of this one. The first one is singular and the plural. For the affirmative, we use there is, or the short answer is theirs. And for the plural nouns, we're going to use there are. For example, there are some prawns, or there are some grapes, the plural nouns we're gonna use there are. For singular noun, we're gonna use there is or there's. There is an egg, or there is a pizza, or there's some milk. For the negative one, we just put the not after the to be verbs, like there isn't an egg, or there isn't a pizza. Or for the plural nouns, it is there aren't any prawns. Remember, in negative one, we're going to use any. Okay, we don't use some in negative one, which we use any instead. There aren't any prawns. For the question, we have, is there a pizza? Is there a chicken? Is there an egg, for example? For the plural nouns, we use are there any prawns? Are there any chairs? Are there any tables, for example? So here are the short answers you can see. Yes, there is. Yes, there are. No, there isn't. No, there aren't. Okay. We usually use the short form of there is, like there's. However, we use the full form in the affirmative short answers. For example, is there a TV? Yes, there is. We don't use there's. Okay, the answer just for the sentence, don't for the we use the short form to to say a sentence, but we don't say in an affirmative short answer. Like yes, there is. Yes, there are. Okay. We use is there a to talk about a singular countable nouns. For example, is there a TV in the classroom? Or is there an egg in the in the fridge? Is there an egg in the fridge? Just that. Okay, we use is there any to talk about uncountable nouns. Is there any water in the fridge? Is there any cheese in the cupboard? Remember? Any. Okay, uncountable nouns. We use are there any to talk about plural nouns. Plural nouns. Are there any pens on the desk? Are there any eggs in the fridge? Are there any onions on the table, for example? And we use there isn't a with a singular countable noun. For example, there isn't a notice board in our classroom. This is a singular countable noun. The next one, we use there isn't any with uncountable nouns. There isn't any tea in my cup. There isn't any milk in my glass. Next one, there aren't any with plural nouns. For example, there aren't any books in my school bag. There aren't any eggs in the fridge. A lot of things to remember, right? Yes. Oh my God, it's so dizzy.
Okay.
Okay, good job. So just read it and do the exercise to comprehend the whole. Okay. Now, this one is the exercise, the first exercise for there is, there are. Now complete the table below with the correct verb forms. And you can use the text here to help you. Use there is or there are or there's.
Okay.
We have number 1.
Number 1 is there isn't a cucumber.
There isn't a cucumber. Very good. There isn't a cucumber. Number 2.
Is there a melon?
Is there melon? Because melon is singular noun. So we use is there. Number 3.
There are some tomatoes.
There are. Good. There are some tomatoes because tomatoes are the plural noun. Okay, number 4.
There aren't any plants.
Good. There aren't any prawns. Number 5.
Number 5. Are there any pigs?
Good. Are there any peas? So this is very easy one for there is and there are because we divided 2 columns already. The first one is there is for the affirmative, the negative, and the question. There are affirmative and negative and the questions. So very easy for the first one. Now I'm gonna move to the next one. Look at the photo here and tell me number 1 to number 7, there is, there are, there isn't, or there aren't. Remember to look at the picture.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Finished?
Yes.
Good. Okay, tell me some apples.
There are some apples.
Good. There are some apples. Here we can see the apples here.
Yes.
Okay. Number 2.
Number 2. There is a lettuce.
There is a lettuce. The lettuce is here.
Yes.
Good. Number 3.
3. There isn't a pizza.
There isn't a pizza because there is no pizza here.
Yes.
Number 4.
There aren't 3 peppers.
There aren't. You mean there are not?
They aren't.
You mean
They are not.
there aren't like this?
Yes.
Okay, so you don't see any peppers?
It have I think it's have 4 peppers.
You have 4 peppers, but it also has 3. It has 3. 1, 2, and 3. The yellow, the red, and the green one. Where is 4? Where is 4? 1, 2, and 3.
There are 3 peppers.
Yes, there are 3 peppers. Okay. How about lemons?
There aren't any lemons.
Yes, there aren't any lemons. Okay, number 6.
And there isn't a big bottle of water.
There isn't a big bottle of water. Good, because there's no water here. Number 7.
7. There aren't any bananas.
There aren't any bananas. Good job. Okay, finish with there is and there are. Easy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, the next part, we're gonna move to learn some and any. Okay. We use some and any with plural countable nouns and uncountable nouns. For example, we can use both some eggs, with it, which is countable noun, and some cheese, which is uncountable noun. We also use any for any pens or any cheese for both countable and uncountable nouns. The second one, we use some in affirmative sentences, and we use any in negative and the question sentences. For example, for the some, we've got some olives and some bread, or we've got some eggs and some cheese, which is that it is used in affirmative sentences. Okay, we don't use some for questions or the negative. However, we use any in the negative and the interrogative sentences. For example, there isn't any cheese, there isn't any eggs, or the question is there any beef? Is there any meat? Is there any peppers in the fridge? Okay. The last one is we don't use some and any with singular or countable nouns. For example, in a question like, do you want any snack? Or is, because it is singular countable noun, so we're going to use, do you want a snack? Yes, like we use for there is and there are. But for example, we don't use is there a snack? It's very weird. Instead of that, we're going to use is there any snacks, or do you want a snack? Because it is singular countable noun.
Okay.
Okay. Now move to the next part. In this one, you're gonna find for me all the examples of some and any in the text, and tell me, are the nouns countable or uncountable?
Okay. Yes. uh, there are some. There. Okay. There are some. There's some meat and some fish.
There's some meat and some fish. Wait me a minute. First one. There some meat and some fish. Okay, so this is singular or plural nouns?
This.
No. It is countable or uncountable. Sorry.
This. Uncountable.
Uncountable. Because we can't count fish and meat. Uncountable. Okay. The second one.
There are some vegetables too.
There are some. Say for me, please. Vegetables. Vegetables.
Vegetables.
Good. Vegetables. Don't say what do you say? Vegetable. Vegetable. We don't say vegetable. We vegetables. Okay, so countable or uncountable?
Is uncountable.
Uncountable. Vegetables have the S on. It doesn't have the S.
It's uncountable.
Countable. Vegetable have the S. Number, okay, 3.
There are some crisps.
There are some crisps. Crisps. So this is countable or uncountable now?
Is countable.
Countable. Okay, number 4.
There aren't any biscuits or sweets.
There aren't any biscuits or sweets. Countable or uncountable?
Is countable.
Countable. Number 5.
There isn't any chocolate.
There isn't any chocolate. Yes. So chocolate is countable or uncountable now?
It's uncountable.
Uncountable.
There aren't any ready meals.
There aren't any ready meals. Countable or uncountable?
Countable.
Good. Do you know what is a ready meal?
No.
Ready meal means the meal are already done for you to buy. You just buy and eat. You don't need to cook. Okay.
There isn't a microwave in her flat.
There isn't a microwave in a flat. Yes. Countable or uncountable?
Countable.
Countable. A microwave, so it is countable. Anything else?
Are there any things you and family and medicine both buy?
Are there any things your family medicine goes by? Countable or uncountable?
Is uncountable.
Uncountable? The things, they have the S.
Countable.
Yes. The things here is like the stuff, like we can count. Because it has the S here, so which means that it is countable. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, finished?
Okay.
Okay, that's it for task 4, right?
Yes.
Good. Okay, move to the next part. Let me see. Okay. Okay, finish this one. Complete the sentences with some or any.
Okay.
Remember, some is used for the affirmative sentences, and any will be used for the negative and the questions one.
No, first, I can see some butter on the table.
I just said any will be used for the negative and the questions. That you say some here. I just said like 10 seconds ago.
I can see any butter
Yes.
on.
I can't see any butter on the table. Number 2.
There aren't any prawns in the salad.
There aren't any prawns in the salad. Because it is negative, so we use any.
Yes. I always have some crisps with my lunch. I always
have some crisps with my lunch. Number 4.
Have you got any rice in the cupboard?
Have you got any rice in the cupboard? This is a question. So we use any.
I'm making some pasta. Are you hungry?
I'm making some pasta. Are you hungry? Good. Number 6.
Are there some mushrooms on the pizza?
Really? Are you sure?
Uh, are there any mushrooms on pizza?
Good. Because it is the question, so we use any for the question and the negative, and we use some for the affirmative one. Remember, okay? Okay, let's see. What should we have here? Finish this one? Okay. Okay, let's do this one. I will give you 3 minutes to do this task. Okay. Let's think and do and fill in the blanks. Right.
Okay.
Finished?
Yes.
3 minutes. Okay. Tell me the answers.
There is a food.
There is a food market. Okay. Number 2.
There isn't any bread.
There isn't any bread. Yes.
I always buy some vegetables.
I always buy some vegetables. Oh, sorry. I usually get
And I usually get some chicken.
I
Chicken
usually
too.
get some chicken. So we use some for the plural nouns and for the singular noun too. Number 6 and 7.
There isn't any fish.
There isn't any fish. Number 8.
There aren't any tomatoes.
There aren't any tomatoes or tomatoes. Tomatoes and tomatoes, both is correct. But there
But there are yes.
let's see, but there are always lots of potatoes. So we have one is here. Isn't any 2 times. Isn't 2 times. This one and this one. Any 3 times. This one and this one. Some 2 times. This one, some vegetables and some chicken. We have R 1 time is here. Okay, that's very good. That's correct. Can you read this passage again for me?
There is a food market every day Thursday morning in my village. I always get there early because after 10 o'clock in the morning, there isn't any bread. I always buy some vegetables and I usually get some chicken too. There isn't any fish, but that's okay because I don't like fish. The other food depends on the seasons.
So here we
Alright.
have depends. The other food depends on the seasons.
Okay. The other foods depends on the season. For example, in winter, there aren't any tomatoes, but there are always lots of hot potatoes. I love the market.
Good job. Okay, that's very good for the reading one, but remember to say the S sound. For example, here vegetables always depends on the seasons. Depends on the seasons. Remember always to say the S. And always lots of potatoes. That's very good. Okay, so I think today's lesson is coming to the end. We're gonna save how many, a lot of, and a few for the next lesson, I think. And that's it for today. Today we learn about the there is and there are, some and any for the first lesson of grammar, and the next lesson we're gonna have this one. Okay. Okay, thank you for today. Good to see you and goodbye.
Yeah,
See you.